What do I bring to meet my boyfriend's family when he insists his culture doesn't do that? If he says not to bring anything, then I wouldn't. I am Mexican, and the best advice I can give you is that in our culture we greet everyone. We greet every single person in the household, even if they come out the room later. And when you leave, you do the same. Make sure you say goodbye to everyone. That is something my parents and my relatives always talked about when meeting someone. They'd say things like, "Wow, he has really good manners," cause they acknowledged everyone. Or the opposite, "Wow, what a disrespectful person, they didn't even say hi." One issue with bringing along something is that, even though it's your culture, they may feel obliged to do the same if you were ever to invite them into your home. As another Redditor suggested, asking them if they'd like a hand when they're setting the table, dishing out food, etc., would go a long way as compared to bringing a gift. It may feel uncomfortable for you, but let this discomfort fuel wanting to gift them in other ways, like checking in on them throughout the night and asking where you can be of help. Hope that makes sense. Honestly, the best thing you can do is offer to help. Help to cook, clean, anything. Just offer. That'll go further than any gift with a Mexican family. And take time to talk to everyone. Don't be shy. I'm Mexican and my white ex-wife didn't do any of this ever and never fit in with my family. In Finnish culture, you don't have to bring anything either. Personally though, my mum wouldn't mind if you did. Just prepare to be pampered. I'm going to tell you as a Mexican mother, you don't have to bring anything. Just put yourself in the mix. It'll be great. Help set the table. Get drinks for everyone. Make yourself useful without getting in the way. Don't try to cook anything in her house. Ever. Unless she invites you to learn a recipe. And be doting to her son. Check in on him once in a while to make sure he's okay, even though this isn't the way things are between y'all when you're alone. But don't be clingy. You're showing her you are considerate of him. Mexican gatherings typically split between men and women. Go hang out with the women. And if you absolutely feel like you should bring something, a bouquet would be a nice gesture, but bring it in a vase. Don't make her have to find something to put those in. She'll probably be busy. The Goodwill has so many of these for cheap. Get a pretty bunch from wherever and put it in a Goodwill vase with a pretty bow. And most importantly, relax and have fun. There's nothing wrong with bringing what you do in your culture. Nobody would get offended by flowers. Though I can imagine some might buy wine. And a welcoming family wouldn't judge you on their own norms. I doubt anyone is expecting you to be a well-raised Mexican woman. So I would be surprised if they react the same way they would if a local had purposefully acted inappropriately. You can seal the safety by clarifying on introduction, "Where I'm from it's traditional to bring X when we visit, and you do you. Cookies you baked. Flowers. Whatever. What host isn't flattered a guest thought of them?" Besides, this is a little litmus test. You'll meet many such cultural incompatibilities, so learning to keep your heart on your shoulder and still wear at least parts of your culture will be part of how you act. I hate to pull out stereotypes too, but as a man who used to be young and dating other cultures, this sounds 100% like something I'd say and mean it. But with 40-year-old eyes I see it was dumb. Protected my partner from a trivial thing, buying a present, and stopped them from expressing themselves to someone they've never met. In essence, you want to say, "Thank you for inviting me." He's probably trying to say, "You don't need to show it. Everyone is welcoming you anyway." But in doing so, it's making you uncomfortable because what you're presenting is, in your eyes, indistinguishable from, "I'm not grateful so I don't need to bring a present." In Hispanic cultures we do bring stuff. Especially when meeting his family. A glass of wine or flowers should be fine. I too am Mexican. Bring flowers for the mom and a bottle of what the dad drinks. I agree with Apprehensive Park. Greet everyone. Not with the little wave hello, but with a handshake and direct eye contact, and repeat your name and theirs. And the same with goodbyes. I'm in the same boat. My boyfriend's family is Muslim and I'm not. During this time it's not just about his upbringing and culture, but yours as well. My mother and I traditionally make jelly, jams, and other things like that and give them out. I didn't make a big deal out of it and just went, here. I thought you may like this. Candy or wine isn't a bad thought to bring, or bring a simple dessert that your family tends to have. This is something my grandma always used to make. I hope you like it. My wife's family is Guatemalan and the best thing I can do is be polite to everyone and say hello. Help cook or clean or entertain the kids. Be present and in the conversation, regardless if it in Spanish. And don't constantly be checking or on your phone. Absolutely take something. Men sometimes don't realize. When I was dating my wife, she was anxious and I was like, chill babe, my family is very relaxed. Don't bother etc. Because I had never seen them anything but be chill. Her first day was disastrous for her. It was my fault. She didn't bring anything as per my instructions. It was a huge family gathering and if hadn't in my infinite stupidity told her to be casual, she would have had a great first impression and wouldn't have needed to redo her image. Always ask the women of the family on what the protocols are. I'd say just trust his word, opinion. He knows his family better than anyone else. Plus, bringing a bottle of wine or flowers won't truly affect their first impressions of you as long as you're nice and respectful towards them. Okay, I had a BF who told me same shit and guess what? His mother was extremely happy that for the first time in decades her son brought flowers and cake while visiting. Of course she immediately knew it was my idea and said so. Guess who was the most adored potential daughter-in-law? I would say bring something. Flowers. Unless allergies involved. Are nearly always nice thing. Alcohol can be risky, as you cannot 100% know if someone who happens to be there is fighting addiction. Food, it depends. If his mother was indoctrinated into extreme obedience to gender roles, she might take offense. If not, then some snacks would probably be fine. In my country people bring cookies and stuff to have at the tea time later. Bring a pastel of tres leches or chocolate. Don't eat before you go there. Eat all the amazing food they offer you because we want to feed you as soon as you walk in. Flowers plus cakes, dessert. Ask what dessert they like. Just bring a cute plant, potted plant. As a Mexican American, one think he is right. Something Mexican moms love is someone who is humble enough to help out with minor things like helping out with the washing the dishes after dinner. They will most likely tell you not to help, but do your best to help and you will them over. Don't bring alcohol the first time you meet someone. You don't know who has issues drinking it, especially if you haven't met them before. If you do choose to bring something, I'd bring food or a small item. If specifically asked you not to, don't. But otherwise something small should be fine. Bring flowers, especially if cooking is involved, and give it to the mother. Something low-key. A mixed bunch.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.